graph function y equals negative x plus 2 squared and identify the vertex, axis of a symmetry, and the y-intercept. This question, I'll show you 3 different ways. I mean, if you watch the entire video, know 3 different methods. And if you already know one method, just find whatever method that you need, okay? So the first method I want to try is the vertex form. That is, y is a times x minus h squared plus k. That's easy. Now number 2, the second method that I want to try is the transformation and translation. And number 3, I want to try question with the x-intercept or intercept form. Now, the vertex form. Well, we know that the vertex form is y is a times x minus h squared plus k. And rewriting our question, we know that it's y that is equal to negative 1 times x plus 2 squared. Now, by rewriting it, that's negative 1. That's x minus 2 squared plus k, plus a 0. So we know that your h is negative 2. Your k is a 0. So the vertex will be, that's v with the circle means vertex, that will be negative 2 comma 0. So we know that the vertex will be negative 2 comma 0, and because your a is less than 0, we know that the graph is upside down U-shape. So rough sketch, that's negative 2, and then the graph will be drawn this way. Is this good? So the vertex will be negative 2 comma 0, and axis of a symmetry, x is equal to negative 2. Okay, so this will be your axis of a symmetry. And the y-intercept, you have to plug in 0. So x is equal to 0. So you plug in 0, that's a 0 plus 2 squared, that's negative 4. So we know that it's passing through negative 4. And also, since it's negative 1, if you remember the parent function, when it's 1, it's negative 1. So the parent function will be a negative x squared. You know that the graph will go through this way, meaning when you go to the right by 1, you will go down by 1. So it's also passing through this point. So graphing it, your curve will look like this. Y-intercept will be negative 4. Now, with the second method, we will start with the y is equal to negative x squared. Now, knowing the parent function, the graph will look like this. All right. Instead of x, you have x plus 2. What that means is what? You remember, it's a plus 2, x direction, but you always think of the opposite. It's not plus 2, it's minus 2. So it's a move left by 2. So your end result will be y that is equal to x plus 2 squared. So what happens is, you have this graph right here. This graph will move left by 1 and 2. So this point will be negative 2. Okay, so that's the graph that is given to us. So the vertex will be negative 2 comma 0, just like before, and axis of a symmetry will be x equal to negative 2. Finding y-intercept, you have to plug in 0 for x. and then you will get negative 4. Now let's try intercept form. Now intercept form will be interesting. Okay, we're trying to graph y is equal to negative x plus 2 squared. That's what we want. But for now, let's try to graph y is equal to negative x plus 2 times x. Why am I doing this? Because if you undo that squared value, that's x plus 2. So here the x-intercept will be negative 2, x-intercept will be 0 when y value is equal to 0. So the graph will pass through 0 and negative 2. You see that the graph will look like this. Now, then, this will be the graph. Then, let's graph y is equal to negative x plus 2 and x plus 1. Now, do you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to move that x-intercept in certain direction. So one of the x-intercept from the second equation is negative 2, and x-intercept is negative 1. So if you're graphing this, that's 1 and 2, and 2, the graph will be drawn this way. So this is the graph drawn with the graphing calculator. Okay, now then what happens when you have a y that is equal to negative x plus 2 and x plus 1.5? What you will see is that this x-intercept is moving towards the left. So that's 1 and 2, that's negative 2, and this will be negative 1. So if you're graphing it, the graph will look like this. All right, as you can see that two x-intercepts are getting close to each other. So now then what you can do with the question that is given to us, if you use the same logic, that's negative 1 and negative 2. Two x-intercepts are negative 2 and negative 2. So you know what? Let's make this color into the red. Negative 2 and negative 2. Okay, those are the x-intercept. So if you're graphing this, that's the negative 1 and negative 2. You know what? Maybe you can mark negative 2 here, that is a blue, and that's negative 2 with the red. But since we have a two x-intercept overlapping each other, the actual graph will be tangent to the x-axis, and it will be drawn like this. So this will be the average of negative 2 and negative 2. So your x-intercept will be negative 2. So this is pretty cool idea, okay? So usually when I see question like this, I usually go with intercept form.